You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 105.
105, man. It's 105.
105.
I honestly put no thought into what number this was. It was like everything else except the number. But, Ralph, a.k.a. Duncan Pender Q's.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The group chat is hell, man. Just know that.
Oh, turn up. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated, the podcast. Instagram is Oversatthepodcast. Twitter is Oversatthepodcast. And our email is oversatthepodcast@gmail.com. And make sure you check out our website, Oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I'm TheMindOfRalph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON, 2 underscores, the letter B. Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. And I do want to shout out Brittany Jones. She did drop a new blog, Confessions of a Pop Culture Freak. Make sure you go to our website, Oversatthepod.com, and check out that blog. Shout out to Brittany. Ralph, my guy. Another week, man.
I know, man.
How you feeling?
I almost didn't make it today. It was a long weekend. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It was just a long weekend. I just had to find the time to kind of make everything work. Saturday was a big long day, just dealing with the fraternity and everything we had going. And then today I had to work a little overtime, so
got you.
Things like that. And, happy birthday to the GOAT, Tim Duncan. I'm repping the day.
Okay, I was wondering.
Who just wears a Tim Duncan jersey? But 5 rings, 3 Finals MVPs, 2 MVPs overall. I'm just saying, GOAT talk. Can't too many people sit at his table. You know what I'm talking about?
No, that's real. Bro, I was cleaning out my office last week.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me where I found some of my old notebooks from, like some of my old OS notebooks from like when we first started.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we've grown. We've grown so much.
Yeah. Now we just talk.
Right? Oh man, we
try to give you guys bullet points.
Man, listen, the notes used to be extensive. You feel me?
That wasn't
oh
working.
My God, that's back when we really had like structured topics, like topics we would come up with and like research and man, good times.
Yeah, good times. People don't care about that stuff anymore. Clearly.
Hey man.
I mean they do. I mean, because still it has to be the personality that draws you in. So no matter what the topic is, but
Yeah. This is I guess it's random, but I've been seeing a lot of Kevin Samuels talk, and so women are really upset that men podcasters are speaking on women. Like we don't do that here because we love our women, and that's just not the type of stuff we want to talk about. Like I don't really give a fuck about our relationships, honestly. But I just think it's interesting, like, because I feel like men podcasters have been talking about this stuff for years, and now I guess they fed up.
I think the thought process when a man does a podcast, especially when he's gonna talk or even get anywhere near relationship talk, is gonna be chauvinistic. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be stuff that triggers women listeners, because honestly, that's gonna be the core of your fan base anyway, the core of your listenership anyway.
Yeah, and what's crazy is, at least on Kevin Samuels' part, see a lot of women say how they don't like what he's saying and all that type of stuff, but his viewership is constantly going up.
People hate watch. People love to, see the ridiculousness, not the MTV show, but literally the ridiculousness that. And I'm not saying, okay, I can agree with some of the things he says and some of the things I heard. I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But in all, people watch for that. Like, they just want to see what ridiculous he's going to say next. he's not the first, and he's not gonna be the last. How many times have we come on here and talked about a Kevin Samuels type and some type of preacher, some type of rapper, some type of relationship guru that he is? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Y'all let that happen to y'all.
Y'all are the people making him popular. Y'all are the people keeping him in business, so to speak. Like,
it's funny to me.
Listen, I've listened in on some of his conversations. Again, I may agree with some of his stuff. His delivery is off.
It's just funny.
Like,
I'm sorry, this is funny to me. Call me whatever. I laugh. I be laughing.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
But don't get mad at me, because I never said it.
No, fact. Yeah. I'm tuning in like y'all. Shit. We watching at the same time. I don't know.
Yes.
That shit crazy. That shit is crazy. But anyway, let's get to it, man. Off the dome.
Off the dome.
All right.
Well,
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Right.
In the spirit of Tim Duncan's birthday, right? He is obviously one of my favorite athletes because, you know, I wouldn't have my wife give me this jersey. So, who is someone that you, like, absolutely defend, no matter how corny they are? And Tim Duncan is obviously my answer. But Tim Duncan is quintessentially corny. But he is one of the greatest basketball players ever. Like, you can't talk to me about nothing he do on the court. Now, off the court, you might have your jokes.
Yeah. That's funny. Damn, an athlete?
Well, it doesn't have to be an athlete. I just say personal.
Personal.
Like a celebrity, athlete, musician, whoever.
Shit, before he got popular, shit, it was Joe Budden. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, even
That's a fair.
I mean, listen, before he got the pod or his pod became successful as it is.
Yeah.
Anytime I would talk to somebody and they, you know, we would get into a hip hop discussion, they ask me, you know, who's some of my favorite people. Of course, Joe Budden comes up because he's been my favorite for a long time. And immediately, you know, people just go straight to jokes. Oh, pump it up and nah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's way more than that. He has an entire career after Pump It Up. So I found myself having to defend Joe Budden a lot.
Yeah. Despite whatever, because Joe's done a lot.
Though. No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And his music career is fine. You may not know it, but
yeah.
I mean, I know it. So.
I think the thing with that is when you start off a mainstream artist and it doesn't work, people like kind of appreciate your downfall, no matter who it is.
Oh yeah.
No matter who it is, right? Because you had your shot, you was in the building, blah blah blah. People love the story of when you're coming up, they love the story of like when you come from like rags to riches or a comeback story.
Yeah.
But they never like you when you're on top. they never like that. So it's like either like, oh, so he had one hit, why he couldn't make another one? But if he was like an indie artist, somebody that was very, very niche, he's like, he's fired. They'd be like, okay, you want to see those people win.
Yeah, because he didn't really give a fuck about making another hit. He didn't want to make another hit. He wanted to make the music he wanted to make. I mean, it just so happened fucking up called.
Technically, he has more than one hit. It's just, that's the one point.
But like, they talk about the smash though. Like,
oh yeah. That's undeniable.
Yeah. Like that shit was multi-platinum. The single was multi-platinum. So yeah. Anyway, shout out to Joe Budden. Okay, all right. So for my off the dome, this is random as hell, but I ended up watching Soul Plane last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I forgot how much I enjoyed that movie. Soul Plane is a great movie. I don't care what y'all say.
I don't know where they got the fuck off saying that shit. That shit is amazing.
Yeah, facts. But then I got to thinking about Kevin Hart's movie career. Like, to me, I don't really think his movie career is like that great. Like, he has a bunch of movies. I can't really name or recall a movie where he's like the lead instead of like a co-lead or like comic relief. So what I want to ask you, what's your favorite Kevin Hart movie?
Oh, my favorite Kevin Hart film? Damn, it's an ensemble cast though too, so it's not like
I mean that's fine. Okay. That's fine, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I like Think Like a Man.
Think Like
Think Like a Man.
I'm not mad at that.
Think Like a Man was a fire movie. I don't care what y'all say.
I mean, true. So,
but Soul Plane is up there though for sure.
Listen, between Soul Plane and Ride Along, I really like Ride Along, the first one.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I like Paper Soldiers. As trash as that movie is,
I don't think I've seen that.
Paper Soldiers is horrible. Most of the Rockefeller films outside of Paid in Full Paid in Full is absolutely classic film. But if I'm talking about hood classic film, you know how
yeah.
range those. But anything else, the state properties, the soldiers of the world, even though Streets was watching, all them shits. Trash. Some of them shits, man.
That's funny as hell. Man, it was just so, I don't even remember how I came about watching it. I think I was talking to somebody and made a reference to Soul Plane. And I was like, let me watch Soul Plane. And if you want to watch it, it's on Hulu. That's how I watched it. And I was like, damn, like just watching the movie and like just thinking back, like this really is a good, like Soul Plane was actually really, really good. And shit was funny.
I think I've always said on this podcast, and maybe you agree with me, I think that movies that just have too many comedians in it aren't necessarily made to be the best film.
Oh, yeah.
But they do have a level of being entertaining.
Yeah.
So funny. It's for whatever you want to think about the movie, it's still entertaining.
Word.
It's entertaining as hell. You got everybody in there from Kevin Hart to Guy Fawkes to Monique to John Witherspoon to Tom Arnold to Terry Crews before he lost his goddamn mind. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally so many, like, hands in this pot of people that's just legitimate. Method Man and Snoop are in there, and they're hilarious.
Man, what Snoop? Oh my God, Snoop was, to me, Snoop may have been like top, like from the actors in the movie. Snoop was at the top for me as being the funniest, one of the funniest people in the movie. That shout out to Soul Plane, man.
Oh yeah, man. Soul Plane appreciation over here at OS.
Word. So that's off the dome.
Yeah, that's off the dome. Who is your corny person that you defend no matter what, you know, whether it be an athlete, celebrity, rapper, musician, whoever.
And what's your favorite Kevin Hart movie?
Okay, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad we had a lighthearted topic because now we have to, you know, we pivot into our serious topics. You know, that's how we kind of kick off our pods here. But we're going to say rest in peace to Shock G at the age of 57. If you're not familiar, he is the founder of the legendary group Digital Underground out of the Bay Area, who actually had the footprint to help Tupac start off his career. So, Johnny, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, you sent me a text and said Shock G, and I can't remember what I was doing that day, but I wasn't on social media much. Yeah. Was that Friday?
Yeah.
Was it during the week?
It was I think it was Thursday.
Okay, got you. Work was crazy, so I wasn't really on social media like that last week. So you text me, and I was like, bro, don't tell me he passed away. And I went immediately to social media, and it was confirmed. I was like, damn, man. Yeah. And last week when we were talking about Black Rob, excuse me, I was trying not to put into the universe that like death comes in threes because we had DMX, we had Black Rob, rest in peace to them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, I just don't want to put the energy out there, and here we go, man. Yeah,
it was kind of like I was looking forward. It's sad but we've had weeks like that last year with Andre the Real, Little Richard, and I forgot who, but excuse me, but it was just a bad Betty Wright. I think that's who passed that week.
Got you. Okay.
But still, now we're getting over to hip hop, which is a little bit more near and dear to our hearts because these are people that we grew up on, and we're seeing them leave.
Word.
Stuff like that makes you it makes you look at life with this bird's eye view a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, you're just like, oh wow, these are maybe not your heroes, but just somebody that you grew up seeing on TV. So that's why the Kobe's hurt. That's why things like this hurts because you're like, man, I'm questioning my mortality now because if they're checking out, Black Rob was 50-ish, right? Yeah. DMX was right at 50. Shock G is 57. And I think even to this point, we don't know what necessarily took his life or what he was succumbed by. But
it's crazy, man. Us being, like Ralph was saying, us being as young as we are, we grew up watching these people on TV. Mm-hmm. We grew up listening to their music. It's like, and for us to see those people pass away, it's like, yo, I really gotta look at what I'm doing, how I'm living, my health, all that type of stuff. It's like,
and it's like those guys are frozen in this time period in your head. Like DMX is always gonna be, that DMX. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The one on stage at Woodstock. Like that's the one I remember.
Man,
That's the only
100%.
one. That's the one I'ma always remember. I'ma always remember Shock G in the video with his nose. Like I'm always gonna remember that. I'm always gonna remember Back Rob on the corner. You know, whoa, like or just being one of the bad boy frontmen. Like I'm always gonna remember that. But you forget they had life before and they have a life after, and that life after is what leads to what we get to now.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to start. You know, I don't know if you say compartmentalize. I don't know if that's the correct term for this, but it's just you have to start thinking about that. It's like, damn, man. But it's okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was people around them that still loved him and poured love into them, and you know they felt that on their way out.
Yeah, definitely. We only got to experience a part of their life.
Exactly.
The part of their life where they were in media, in Hollywood, on TV. That's the part we saw. So that's the part we latch on to.
Yeah.
We don't know what was going on. Like once their career was done, like we don't know what they was doing. They was kicking it with their family, friends, kids. But who knows what was going on in their life during that time? Because we didn't know. Because you know, we were as the consumer, we were on to the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So man, it's just rest in peace to Shock G.
Yeah, rest in peace to Shock G, all his family, friends, and you know, we just keep those people lifted up in prayer. There's a lot of the hip hop community at large right now. It's just, you know, kind of going through. It's been a rough 3.5 weeks,
Man, and
let's just say a month.
Yeah, even for, man, it's such, I guess, heartache in such a short period of time. Like, again, I try to urge people, like, whatever process you use to grieve, please go through it. Don't try to hold your emotions in because that can be detrimental to your own health. Like, please, whatever you need to do, grieve, let it out, cry it out, do it. It's okay. It's okay.
Let's possibly talk about some news that people can use.
Okay.
Derrick Chauvin, the verdict has come down. He was convicted on all 3 counts.
Yes.
One being second-degree murder, one being involuntary manslaughter, and the other was, I'm trying to see just to make sure, unintentional, third-degree murder. So second-degree, so it's actually unintentional second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
Got you. Okay.
So, Johnny, your thoughts? Oh, and obviously, you know, Derrick Chauvin is the cop that killed George Floyd. I'm sorry if I left out that huge detail.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I did not expect this.
Yeah.
I did not expect this. I didn't expect him to be convicted on any charge. So when it happened, I felt in the moment I felt a sigh of relief because I watched it live when it happened.
Yeah.
I felt a sigh of relief. But even in my sigh of relief, I felt guilty. Like, why am I relieved that this one incident, like this one time we got it right? It was correct. Why am I relieved right now?
Why are you relieved that the justice system sent a murderer to jail?
Like, that's crazy. Isn't that's crazy to think about?
That's nuts.
Like, that's insane. Again, it's great that he was convicted, but even on top of that, for me even having to say or feel like it's great that he got convicted, even more than that, George Floyd should not have been killed. So it's like I feel sad that I'm even happy this man got convicted because George Floyd should still be here. We shouldn't even have to go through this trial. So it's just a lot of conflicting emotions, man.
Yeah, definitely. Almost like you said, relief and somewhat like confusion and disappointment. Like I know it's just a lot, and I hate to say disappointment, but it's just like I guess I'm disappointed because it's like, okay, this is the time you get it right because it's something that you can't refute. Yeah. Like you can't defend 8 minutes?
Yeah, 8 minutes has changed.
Like you can't defend that chokeout. Like you can't defend that, and that's on video. So it makes my heart weep for the ones that aren't on video.
Oh, 100%.
If it wasn't on video, Buddy had a chance.
Listen,
this is the one that they couldn't refute.
And
because if he had got off, like,
man, and the video from what I saw, what I heard, I think was caught by a bystander. Like it was just somebody in the crowd that just happened to film it, while it was happening.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if it was another police officer's body cam footage, I feel like we wouldn't even be here right now. Like, I feel like he had the chance to not get convicted.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
And it's crazy to say, nobody wants to be a martyr for a big cause. Nobody wants to die for the greater good. Nobody just says, I'm going to kill myself, like let myself be killed for X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
Nobody really wants that. Some people grow into that, like, the great leaders like, MLK, Malcolm X, they didn't mind, obviously, I think, getting closer to what they thought was like, assassinations and things like that. Yeah. They don't mind giving up that.
Right.
But they didn't want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants it. So now it ties to Nancy Pelosi and her comments,
Oh, that was nuts.
Her comments of sacrifice, thanking George Floyd for his sacrifice. Y'all got all the best speech writers in the world. There's no way.
How in the world does, first of all, that get written?
Yeah.
I know Nancy Pelosi didn't write it. Somebody wrote it for her.
Somebody wrote it for her, but she's stupid enough to say
I mean, right. Like, it had to go through multiple channels before it actually got said on camera, right?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind thinks George Floyd sacrificed himself? And what was he sacrificing himself for, if that's the case? This man was at the convenience store or whatever, just trying to be convenienced. Mm-hmm. Like, but the man was just he was trying to purchase something.
Yeah.
And ended up dying. Execution style at that, if you will. Like, that's not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice at all. Doesn't fit the definition. None of that.
None of that. He's not a soldier that went off to war. That's more sacrifice.
The man was in his own neighborhood.
That's more sacrificial.
Yeah. That was nuts.
Yeah.
That's and I feel like that was just Nancy Pelosi's way of trying to connect with the black community or whatever. Like, it was unnecessary. You really didn't have to say nothing.
Well, they did that last year with the kneeling and the kente cloth.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Okay, I was supposed to bring that up. My bad.
No, some shit you just try to like.
I'm trying to like the movie.
I know.
Because they are wilding in these streets. But
is that what it's like when Wakanda opened their borders? People just come in kneeling and kente cloth?
Well, hey, low-key Bucky already had the kente cloth on, so, Ross did too in the movie. What you mean?
All right.
So we done got all
that did. See, all right.
Respect. Like, but no, just we're happy that the Floyd family found some type of, solace in all of this. Like, the killer of their family member is going to prison. Yeah. Now, the thing is, the sentencing hasn't happened yet, but 3 counts, he gonna be in there for a minute now. Come on now. It's
true. And I hate to be that person. Yeah. Now, he's 100% getting jail time. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he's going to one of those nice prisons. He's going somewhere where he can relax, basically. I feel like this was
going to need to go to the jail where they be filming the TikToks. That's the jail he need to go to.
Why does it look so fun there? Like, because I've seen them.
They having a lot of fun too.
I've seen those.
Yeah, they got phones with Wi-Fi. They having a lot of fun. And oh, buddy, we're sorry, people. We're trying to trying to add some light to this situation because it's so heavy. I know you guys get these takes from everywhere else. We just want to bring our own spin on it. So no disrespect intended.
Oh, definitely not. And we're also trying to protect our own mental states here. So, yeah, man. Again, rest in peace to George Floyd. We'll see. I think the sentencing is in 8 weeks or something like that.
Talk about the speedy judicial system. Damn. Yeah. I feel like if I did that, I'd have got some sort.
Man, the same day.
8 weeks.
Man. Next time.
I know that, right?
Goodness gracious.
Let's see here. Let's just make it fun. Let's just get straight to the verses, man. We had verses went down this past Tuesday. AKA 420. Mm-hmm. We had the hip hop legends known as Method Man and Redman square off on Verzuz on Triller. Johnny, your thoughts?
First of all, we need to figure out, or Swiss and Tim need to come up with a new name for Verzuz, because this was not a Verzuz. This was a concert.
It was a Redman and Method Man concert.
And I loved every minute of it. It was great. I think both of them were, if not 50, closer to 50.
I think Meth is a little bit older. Like, I think Meth might be 50. I mean, I don't know. Why do we do this?
I know. We got all this technology.
Nonetheless, them some old niggas.
But the way that these two individuals performed, feeding off each other, remembering lyrics back from early to mid 90s, and just putting on a great show was amazing to me. Like, I would pay to go see something like that in real life. Like, that's how dope that was to me. That was like, I enjoyed every moment. It was damn near almost 4 hours, and I watched it. I watched all of it. It was great. This is free. These are free concerts we get to see. Like, it's no way I'm missing this.
Pretty much.
It was great.
Now, I will say this. I didn't watch it in real time. I caught, you catch it on YouTube. Man, these bootleg YouTube channels are amazing. So, you never have to watch stuff in real time anymore. So, now, the only thing is just like, if you want to be there for, like, I guess the sake of social media, conversation and things like that, yeah. But this was a fun Verzuz from what I can tell. Like, I'm not going to hold you. This is not like the cup of tea for me. But, I mean, as far as me being like a fan of the brand, Redman and Method Man and all that great stuff, I still was enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, people that are just so coastal biased. I ain't saying nobody. But, that just can't enjoy other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't never been my cup of tea. Like, where I'm just like, oh man, let me go listen to Kyle 2000. Like, nah, ain't it. That ain't it. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. That was funny. No, I mean, facts though. The guest appearances, like, again, the guest appearances, these people coming out to a concert, like, I would pay to see this.
Like, they brought out DJ Cool, like the Death Squad came out, like stuff like that. We talked about Death Squad, we talked about that.
RZA, Inspector Deck, like, they performed my favorite Wu-Tang song, Triumph. Like, this shit was amazing, bro. Again, this wasn't a Verzuz. Like, yeah, they were playing their songs back and forth, but it wasn't like they were really battling it out. They was really kicking it. And, like, the way that they were each other's hype men when they were performing their individual songs and the songs that they collabed on together was dope to me. Like, if you claim to be a hip hop fan or you love hip hop, this Verzuz was like, you should have enjoyed this Verzuz.
Yeah,
you really should have enjoyed this Verzuz. Like, I'm in awe, because I don't know. I feel like every black man has tried to rap at one point in their life, even if it's just in the shower or in the bathroom or something. So it's like, rapping is difficult. Like, it's not easy.
It's not.
So Redman and Method Man, these two older gentlemen who have been in the game 20 plus years, to be able to still go out there and perform like they are in their early 20s is amazing. Like, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
It's great. Like we just talked about, we gave DMX, Rob, even Shy G, all their flowers. But it's just good to see the people that we grew up on become elder statesmen, and now they're able still to flourish and profit off of what they did 20 years ago. Man. 25 years ago, some of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
man. It was great to see, man. I enjoyed every second of it. And again, a shout out to DJ Scratch, because DJ Scratch is
he's dope. Yeah,
he's amazing. So I caught like 2 minutes of like the Tim and Swiss after Verzuz on YouTube, just on some random shit.
What they do, like breakdowns or something?
I didn't see the whole thing, so I don't really know what they was talking about.
Okay.
But the 2 minutes that I did see, these two different Verzuz or upcoming Verzuz that haven't been confirmed yet by them. This is what they mentioned. They said Busta Rhymes versus LL Cool J. Like, it's in the works. Like, they trying to get it to come.
I like that. I like that. I really do.
So do I.
I really like that one, because we kept putting Busta against Missy, and okay, rightfully so. And they can go tit for tat on a lot of the songs, but whoever's gonna like Busta's gonna like Busta, and whoever's gonna like Missy's gonna like Missy. But man, that's gonna bring out a different monster. Bust and LL go.
So I'm hoping like whatever need to happen, whoever they need to talk to, I hope that happens because that's gonna be fun. I feel like it'll be another Red versus. Well, this might actually be a versus. This might be a versus.
This is more versus.
It's gonna be an actual versus.
I was about to say who plays Flavor in Your remix.
Oh, he is shit. Facts. So the other one, and this is more for like the older heads. Rakim versus Big Daddy Kane.
Now that'd be fire too. That'd be dope because they're always put against each other. Always.
Yeah. So
those and fire versus if those happen. Shout out to Switch Tim if they can get that done.
These haven't been confirmed. This is just what they were spitballing during their after verses, whatever you want to call it. I just so happen to hear
they got a versus after show. I love it. Versus is whole bread.
Word, like man. Listen, that Busta versus LL though, I need that. Like whatever need to happen, I'll pitch in $100. Like I want to see that. Like I wouldn't be able to see that in real life. Like I need to see that. Like come on, man, I need that. Shout out to Verzuz.
Yeah, shout out to Verzuz. Shout out to Red and Meth. But speaking of Method Man and the Wu-Tang Clan, the Shaolin Temple and all that great stuff, let's talk about Shang-Chi.
I love the fucking segue. I love it.
Shang-Chi trailer just dropped for Marvel's upcoming movie and dropping June 9th. The trailer dropped. It was a teaser. I was like,
a teaser trailer.
This the teaser?
Hey.
Oh, okay. Johnny, your thoughts?
Listen, man. First of all, I just want y'all to know I know absolutely nothing about the character Shang-Chi. Okay. So it's new to me just like y'all.
Okay.
Now what I do know is that I love martial arts movies. And I've been highly anticipating this movie since they announced it. Yeah. This trailer was fire. Ain't give you much, but this trailer was fire to me.
I don't need to know nothing about the build. Like, it just looks visually appealing. It has a typical CGI stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But it just looking at the action choreographed and stuff like that, the fight sequences.
Man, listen.
Okay. All right, I'm rolling. Like I will pay. I will pay for that.
You gonna pay for that? Yeah.
Black Widow still ain't got me. Like you know what? Now that I've seen the final Black Widow trailer, I was like, okay. It took the final one. I don't know what it's like. They put more in the final. You know what I'm saying?
So because they need to get people re-energized.
Yeah. Like I saw the final, I was like, ooh, okay. I can see what we're doing here, but I just don't get excited for prequel movies, especially when it's Marvel. Like.
So like
think about any movie that jumps ahead in the timeline on some other stuff. It's never been the best one. Captain Marvel. So it's like they don't have a good track record with you when you jump ahead.
I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at that. What I did, well, from what I remember, we'll get back to Shang-Chi in a second. Yeah. When Black Widow was first announced, when they first started putting out those trailers, a part of me was like, damn, this might be almost as good as Winter Soldier, the movie. Mm-hmm. So again, but it's been a year. It's been pushed back the year, so now I'm just like, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but it's like, all right, I ain't as excited now. Cause now with the TV shows on Disney Plus, like we back in the current timeline now. I just want to see what's happening now.
I don't really care what's going on.
Yeah, like this don't even matter now.
Exactly.
Listen, Black Widow sacrificed herself in Endgame, so I don't really need to see no more of her.
She was a martyr.
There you go.
See.
So, but Shang-Chi, you said it come out in June, right?
July.
Listen, I'm excited. I need to see it. I'm not really sure the villain Shang-Chi might actually have to fight the real Mandarin because the fake Mandarin showed up in Iron Man 3. That's going to be my only thing that I don't like about this movie, I believe. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's going to tie back to Tony Stark. It's at some point.
Even this one?
Yeah, because in Iron Man 3, they had the fake Mandarin.
It'll be a slight mention to Stark Industries. Stark Industries didn't go nowhere.
No, okay. Stark Industries I get. But I'm talking about Tony Stark. Like
he was who was taking over who took his spot though? Who you talking
about? The Wakandans, goddammit. Like I'm sick of it. I am sick of it.
Okay.
But anyway.
All right.
Listen, I'm excited for this. I have no clue who the villain's supposed to be.
Gotcha.
So
since we're in our blurred bag, did you want to hop on the Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff real quick?
yeah, we can talk high level real quick.
Okay.
Season 1 of Falcon and Winter Soldier just wrapped up. Episode 6 was released over last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about the season overall?
The season overall, very, very entertaining. You get a lot of Easter eggs and things that can flush out into different storylines. Zemo is clearly my favorite character.
Yeah.
Just seeing Sam flourish into the hero that he's supposed to be now, it's great to see. He had a lot of soul searching to do, stuff that we could never get in the TV shows.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I mean, in the movies, I'm sorry.
Man, I feel the same way. Like, this was a great show. Disney Plus is 2 for 2 with the MCU television shows.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I really like Zemo now. I hated Zemo in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. Seeing the guest appearance from the Wakandans was dope. Shout out to Ayo.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the action. Like, shout out to the budget for this TV show. Like, it came out the gate swinging. Episode 1, scene 1. Yes, I loved it. Great season, man. So you know I gotta do it. You know I gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which show was better?
I don't know. After episode 1, it was smacking WandaVision around. Okay, blasphemous take. But no, just overall, if you ask me what I enjoy, I'm enjoying the action every single time.
Yeah.
I think with WandaVision, we focused on, I think it was more centered around her. I think this can really center the MCU like a little bit further. Like, I think even though, the main focus of this is making Sam Cap.
Right, yeah.
But I think we get a little bit more of a fleshing out because Wanda's the only one standing at the end of this. Like Wanda and Monica Rambeau, maybe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha.
But it's just like with this you get Cap, Bucky, the crazy after credit scene that we can talk about.
Yeah.
I think you get a little bit more that's gonna be flushed out into the direct storyline a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. I liked it. The main focus of WandaVision was Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Because
and it seems like that's it.
Yeah.
And there are other things to flush out, but
that was the focal point. Like,
yeah.
you get White Vision, he off in the MCU somewhere just flying around and shit. But and then Monica Rambeau gets her powers, but they were small subplots of the show.
Yeah.
Where in Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sam has this plot, but Bucky also has this plot, which seems like they're more like those two plots are like running equally through the show. Like, one doesn't seem like a smaller plot than the other.
It's duality because it's both of their names in the show title.
That's true. That's true. All right,
No. I mean, that's still a fair. I mean, it's fair for you to bring it up, but it is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so you have to focus on these two characters.
Yeah. And then we, like you said, we get the bombshell with Sharon Carter in the show, which we will have our episode 6 review, which is the finale
on YouTube,
separate video. But yeah, man, shout out to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Shout out to WandaVision. Shout out to Disney Plus, because these MCU shows are dope, man.
Yeah, make sure you guys are tuning in to YouTube for those Falcon and Winter Soldier recaps.
Oh yeah,
we smacking them out the park, baby.
Word.
But let's just see what the next topic is. We got Apple Podcast subscription service, which is going to be similar to Patreon.
Yes. Apple trying to catch up, man. And what's crazy is I just heard yesterday or the day before, Spotify is about to do something similar as well. So Apple Podcasts and Spotify are pretty much creating subscription services for podcasters on their respective apps.
Yeah,
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
like it allows podcasters, these indie podcasters, to
like us
monetize. Yeah,
like you don't have to wait on this big corporation to pluck you up, and then you get all those ad revenue dollars and things like that.
Yeah.
This is where it's pretty much the consumer is right there for you, pretty much, right?
Right. Now, from what I read, Apple is going to take a percentage of from what podcasters make. I think it's like between 15 and 30%. But from what I read, Spotify is not going to take any percentage. Like, get 100% of what you're taking. Now, going forward, what I'll be interested to see is, do podcasters, and even for us, like, are we going to have subscriptions on both services, or will we choose one to focus subscriptions on? Like, how is that going to work?
Well, that's where exclusivity becomes a factor, because at least in this article right here, Apple's saying they're not forcing you to be exclusive with Apple.
Yeah.
For the time being, but until, you know, your hand is kind of forced, you're like, oh, well, you know, you don't want to have your hands in too many pots. Like, I mean, now if you get listeners like that, cool, but if you got a small concentrated fan base, maybe you ought to focus on one and just let them say, hey, if you want to listen to us, right here.
Yeah, that's where we
just pay right here and you good.
I wonder if this is going to, like, if that were to come up where podcasters have to focus on one app, I wonder if that's going to push podcasters strictly to YouTube. Because it's like, what if Apple says you have to be exclusive with us, but the majority of your listeners don't have Apple, don't have iPhone or something?
Which is very possible.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, okay, now we have to find a platform that everybody can access and put our content out there.
Patreon. I mean, that's the double-edged sword with this thing too, right? You know, you have people that support you, people that are, you know, quote unquote listeners or fans or whatever, however you want to phrase that thing. It's just, you don't want to, I don't know, it's like you don't want to oversaturate. Spread yourself thin, like spread yourself thin to the point where the people that avidly support you just won't do it anymore. Because, you know, you're making too many moves, you're not stable.
Exactly. It's interesting. I'm not shocked about this news at all. I didn't think it'll be coming this soon, but I feel like they're trying to scramble. They're trying to scramble. Patreon's valuation continues to rise, so I assume these other podcast platforms will start doing similar things, just like Apple and Spotify. So it's interesting as the podcast wars seem to be heating up even more now. Yeah.
Which is true, but let's switch gears. We got another celebrity podcast popping up, right? And people will probably pay for this too, you know. Hey, like you said, it's another damn podcast. We have Dave Chappelle started his new podcast with Yasin Bey, formerly known as Mos Def, and Talib Kweli, and I think there's one more person on there, but it's going to be called the Midnight Minute.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know it was a third person.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm in the fourth person.
Hold on, the Midnight Miracle.
Midnight Miracle. Got you. I saw a trailer for this podcast on Dave Chappelle's Instagram story.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally said to myself, another damn podcast. I sent it to Ralph, and I was like, this is some shit. Like, I'm probably gonna listen because first of all, Yasin Bey and Dave Chappelle, like, they're scarce out here, like, in life. Like, Dave Chappelle gonna pop out with a special randomly at the end of the year, probably. And Yasin Bey, like, he be over in Africa just chilling. So the fact that people will be able to get access to them like this, just to hear them talk, I know it's gonna be interesting.
Okay, let me think about this, right? Not from I have a critical eye when it comes to this, right? What would I tune in to listen to them talk about? Would it be current events? Would it be like the state of Black America with these police killings and stuff like that? Because Dave Chappelle does a lot of that in his stand-up, which people have been quite critical of, right? They would say that these stand-ups are more like TED Talks. So would you now put those in your podcast form, and then what would you do on stage now?
See, I feel like from Dave Chappelle's perspective, I feel like he's constantly just thinking about shit. So like, Dave Chappelle gonna put out a special or two every 5 or 6 years, probably. So whatever's happening,
has he filled that Netflix contract? That thing, because it felt like like 4 or 5 of them.
I think he has like 4 or 5 out there.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
That last one was YouTube.
Yeah,
like
it was like 8. It was
the 8 minutes. And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was it's I think that was specifically tied to George Floyd. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Dave Chappelle just has a plethora of things in his mind that he wants to talk about, and I don't think it'll only be dedicated just to those types of topics. I feel like they're gonna talk about music. I feel like they're gonna talk about a lot of different things. And even with Talib Kweli, he got banned from Twitter a year or 2 ago because he his Twitter rants used to be legendary. He used to go off on people a lot because people would come at him to the point where he might have said something to a woman or something and they banned him. So he hasn't been on there for a while. So I'm sure he has a lot he want to say now too. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm definitely going to tune in at least to the first couple just to see what it's like.
I would say this, when celebrities or whoever they are, or people or public figures just pop out with podcasts, I'm not reluctant to listen to it because I am a podcaster. I just feel like it's not interesting. Yeah. Unless you're not giving me a story or something, I can listen to my indie brothers and sisters for those, those thoughts on hot topics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Dave Chappelle said, who the fuck wants to know what Ja Rule thinks? It's like if Ja Rule had a podcast, I don't want Ja Rule. I don't want to hear that. And then honestly, I don't know if I really want to listen to them talk about anything. Like we talked about Royce and Lupe. I don't really care to listen to them.
I only want to hear them rap.
And then it's like Drink Champs, if they weren't doing interviews.
Drink Champs is an interview platform.
Yes.
Drink Champs is the drunk version of The Breakfast Club. So
and that's not me hating. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
They got a Drake interview coming.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
not gonna. Hell, I don't listen. I don't watch no interviews, and I'm not watching that one. I'll catch the clips. You know what I'm saying? Just like I do everything else. But
they had a real good one. I'm sorry.
I know. Sidebar.
Yeah. They had a really good one with Pharrell. Pharrell shit was fire. He told a lot of Prince and Michael Jackson stories.
That shit was 4 hours.
That shit was. I think I got through like 2.5.
Yeah.
And then something came up and I never went back. But from what I saw, it was fire.
That's the only thing, man. I'm like, as soon as I see the time, I'm like, bro, what was y'all talking about?
And I'm not going to sit here and drink with you for 4 hours. Fam, I'm an adult. I got stuff to do. Come on, man.
Half a work schedule.
Man, what?
Almost somebody.
Man, what? Come on. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I love it though, man. But shout out to Dave Chappelle, Yasin Bey, and Talib Kweli on their new endeavor. I wish them nothing but the success that's going to come.
Yeah,
people are going to flock to listen to it. But I mean, if this is something that they really want to do, I hope it's not something that's fly by night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because shout out to them, man. Midnight Miracle.
Speaking of another miracle, right? We got Meg Thee Stallion taking a career break right now. Woo! Where does he come up with these things? I don't know. But no, Meg recently came out on Instagram just stating that she was taking a career break due to just exhaustion. Mm-hmm. She's just at a period in her life where she needs regeneration, I guess rejuvenation, whatever you want to put out there. So Johnny, what do you think about this young star saying that they're going to take a break?
I'm happy to hear it. First of all, let me say the way that she made the announcement, like the video, like it looked like some futuristic teleportation. Fire. I forget how much of a nerd Meg Thee Stallion is, and I love it. I love it. So I'm actually really happy to hear this. Like Megan is still like mid-20s, I think. She like 26-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere in there.
And like she blew up. I don't want to say overnight, but she blew up real fast, and she's been hitting the ground running ever since.
Yeah.
Up until the point where she had the issue with Tory Lanez.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and I think in that situation where she had to sit back and heal and all that, I think it dawned on her like, yo, I've been going, I need to chill for a minute. Like she just won 3 Grammys, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like she really did. Her career has been full throttle ever since she blew up. Yeah. And I think she realized she needed to chill. And I think that's okay.
You know what the problem is? What? Meg is a huge star, and we know that she's a huge star. And the way that the music industry is now, if you step away, you lose your momentum, you lose fans, you potentially lose money. Yeah. And when people used to drop back in, our day, our day, right? They would take time off after an album. Yeah. We've been seeing Meg in our wheelhouse literally for the past 2.5 years. Like, and it might be 3.
And she done put out like 10 projects.
Project after project after project, which finally turns into an album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Meg has constantly been out there. And I'm talking about features, I'm talking about award shows, I'm talking about performances. Like just everything. Like her constantly being a social media influencer, just out there, creating and building her brand. And she never took a break after tour, which I never understood. Mm-hmm. That's what made me kind of, beat me down, if you will. I just thought that the whole thing was like kind of crazy and just a farce type of situation because she never slowed down and give herself time to heal from it. It felt like that's just me because if somebody shoot me in my foot, nigga, I need a couple months. You know what I'm saying? But it just felt like she got right back to it. She was still on social media. She was. WAP came,
So I was just about to ask you, WAP was after that?
Yeah, WAP came right after that.
Man, that's so she be working.
So exactly. So who knows when she actually recorded her verse for that? Yeah. Had time to film the video. That's what made me. I was like, is this a nasty rollout? Like, what type of rollout is this?
Oh man, listen.
So, but no, if Meg is actually getting her rest. All jokes aside, even how I transitioned the whole damn topic, but still, I said that with her well-being in mind, right? Because none of this is worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like she lost her mom.
Damn, that's good.
She had a falling out with her best friend. Maybe a potential love interest shot her in the foot. Like what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't know what the extent of her and Tory Lanez relationship was. If they were actually friends or they were friends with benefits, whatever. Yeah. But he shot you. And then it's still like, it seems like, you went on and did great things, after that. Right. But you still never took time for yourself. I hope she gets that now.
Word. 100% I agree. Shout out to Megan. Now, on the flip side of that, I do want to have this discussion, right? Yeah. So Meg is taking her time off, much needed, much deserved, right? How long do you think it'll be before people first start saying, hey, Meg, I know you're on a break. Mm-hmm. Where's the music? And then how long before she cools off to the point where people don't care? Like I understand what she's doing and why she's doing it, which I commend her for. Now, just from a hip hop culture perspective, because at some point people gonna stop caring that she's taking her break.
I think if you built your brand up big enough, people will miss it once it's gone. Mm-hmm. No matter who comes behind you, you know what I'm saying, and whoever the new hot girl is, no pun intended. Whoever that is, mm-hmm. I think people, if they bought into Meg and the hotties and all that stuff, mm-hmm. should be good.
But so even in today's culture, where of course they gonna miss her, of course. But you don't think that's gonna fade at any point?
Well, I mean, too much of yourself can make yourself fade too.
True.
So I'm thinking just from the standpoint of if Meg has built herself up to be one of the arguably the best rappers in the game, not even just women, just mm-hmm. one of the best rappers in the game, period. I think that she is due 6 months. Like 6 months, you think somebody can replace what she's brought to the culture?
Oh no. Yeah, I think her hiatus is going to be even longer than that. I'm thinking a year and a half.
You have to announce this. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a year.
Like I feel like it's gonna be a minute.
But the thing is, I hope that it's not even financial stuff. I'm just thinking from the standpoint of her mental state and just her what she's built up, I think people will gravitate towards it when she comes back. It's kind of like, I don't even know if I can make this comparison. I'm trying to think of other women artists. Like, Cardi never really seemingly took a break. She just hasn't dropped an album.
Yeah, okay.
But Cardi has found the time and space to do other things except music. To where you don't miss Cardi, but you're like, dang, I wouldn't mind a Cardi album. But you don't miss her because she's still like her.
Right. She's been feeding us breadcrumbs.
Yeah, and then like I mentioned this a few times ago, and this has been in the social media chatter streets. I'm not sure, if anybody else feels like this, but people are really clamoring for a Rihanna album. Anti was 2016. It's 2021.
Rihanna not dropping no more music ever again, bro. She a billionaire. She don't care about this.
But I know. But the reason why is because she's built her brand in other places. To where but it was a moment where Rihanna started putting them out though, too.
Oh yeah, 100%. But even to that point, Rihanna's brand building was years in the making. Meg has only been two and a half? Two and a possible? So,
and at this point, honestly, I think her brand is bigger than her music.
Meg, 100%. Yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
So listen again. Shout out to Meg. I'm actually happy to hear that she's taking her time off because I feel like she needs it. So we'll see what happens in the future. Keep her to the streets. I don't know why that was funny, but yeah. Shout out to Meg. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. But that pretty much run down the topic here on OS for this week. Unless you have something else.
No, I don't think so. I think that's it.
Okay.
That was it.
Well, that was it for our news topics or whatnot. But who would we be if we didn't give you some OS stuff, right?
Yeah. Man.
The topic of ghostwriting has reared its ugly head in hip hop once again. Now, I'll start with the lore, example, something me and Johnny know about, and then we'll get into a big, broader, conversation that maybe everybody can enjoy and everybody can be a part of. But recently, one of the forefathers of battle rap, of modern battle rap, not DVD battle rap, quantum physics, right? He's quantum physics, aka QP. He came out with ghostwriting allegations against hot current women artists, and only women. He's only mentioned women.
Oh wow!
So he said that he's he's written bars and haymakers for Casey J, for Bonnie. Everybody knows Bonnie has taken bars from other people. Vixen the Assassin. Really? So yeah, he said he's come out and said that. So you got arguably two of the hottest women right now. Two of they're up and comings. They are taking over women battle rap, and you have wrote quote unquote bars for them. And 40 bars too. So that's interesting because we have these ghostwriting conversations all the time. Now, when somebody's undoubtedly a star, you don't really care what comes out, what their pen is like sometimes because they're a star. But you want to know that the things that they're saying are the things that they wrote. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel like, this particular conversation with the battle rap ghostwriting, this one in particular is kind of layered. You know what? As soon as you said he only came out and spoke against women that he wrote for,
which is trash.
That's where I'm getting to. Why is he, if it's true, why is he exposing these women like that?
And the thing is, quantum physics he's really like one of the forefathers. He's been around since grind time. Like, I'm not saying he was ever like this big star, but he was definitely one of those ones when battle rap got on YouTube. Like, he was one of them.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Back in like 09, 08, something like that. He was one of them. So you look at it and you like, okay, but why would you expose the women? And if you are ghostwriting, why did you even say it?
Yeah.
Because Quantum has a particular pen. He's one of the best writers ever in battle rap. Like, those bars are great and they are layered. He's just a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. He's a drug addict, and his delivery has always been kind of iffy. But if you give those bars to this person, you know what I'm saying? You're like, okay.
I feel that. So, okay, let's say what he's saying is true. Again, like you said, 2 of the hottest up and coming women in battle rap right now. Let's say QP has written for them. Yeah. Now, Vixen has had 2 super fire battles recently. Yes. So if QP wrote some of those rounds, it's like, does it diminish what was said in the battle?
This is the thing, right? And I'm not, picking on the women. I'm just looking at this from a business standpoint too. Battle rap has become just as mainstream hip hop. Maybe not to people that aren't battle rap fans. I mean, people that don't fuck with battle rap. This maybe not be the conversation that you will understand. Right. But in the sense of somebody that just likes battle rap, battle rap mainstream is it now. With the URL being on caffeine and things like that. You need stars to push the culture forward. You need stars. That's why you got people that have been around for like 11, 12, 15, just a long time when it comes to battle rap. You know why they've been around that long? Because they're stars. They can do that. They're stars within the culture. You need new stars. So what happens when you have somebody that's an unpolished gem? I just need something to work with you. You know what? I'm gonna get these bars, and you do this. You already got the look. You already got the believability. You already got this. Now you can go be the star that we need you to be.
And then it brings up the question: did these women go straight to QP to get these rounds written, or is Smack in the background? QP, hey yo, I need you to.
Hey, you never know. It might be somebody A&R this thing, but I don't know. And that's a great point because I never thought about it like that. Because I'm trying to figure out how. Well, no, I know how. No, I just make parallels in my head about how like a Vixen and a QP even meet. Okay. But they battled on the same league a few times. That's how. Okay. But just how? Like, how does that even come up? Like, it's kind of like a drug deal, and you don't know if you like. It's like I'm coming up to you and say, "Hey, man, I need some," but you don't know if that person even own it. Yeah. So how many? And the thing is, I'm pretty sure he's written for men as well. How is like a Vixen the assassin, who's somebody that's new, at least to the mainstream battle rap culture, because she's been battle rapping for years, but at least new to like so many new people, like everybody. It's just like, how does she know to go to QP to get help?
Oh, okay, I see your question. That I don't know. I have no clue.
Referral system. I mean, if I'm just saying, if I need, if I need something, right? Something that may not be legal. I'm gonna holler at my mans. I'm not just go,
Yeah, because even in that case, it's like they would need, okay, not saying they would need the referral, but somebody in the background, like, look, these women are about to be on URL. They're going to be on caffeine. They're going to be on the biggest stage in battle rap. We got to make sure they come and show up for real. Like, what they doing, they can write, they can do what they do. But this is different.
We need them to refine certain things.
Yeah.
And is there such thing as artist development in battle rap?
I would assume in today's battle rap, I would
absolutely
say
yes.
I would
say absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Because it's just like your music. It's just like you have to buy. Like, people can rap their heart out all day, but sometimes I have to buy into you as a personality or a brand. All them bars don't mean shit sometimes. It don't. It don't. If that's the case, I ain't gotta name nobody, but Joe Smo will be the best rapper alive because he know how to rap.
I said that last episode. So yeah.
But even to that extent, you believe, like, the reason why he's not as big as, well, for one, he hasn't had like a lot of big battles to me. You know what I'm saying? He battles any and everybody. And the reason, I think Rum Nitty's still a star, but you look at him at a sense of like, I'm trying to get my words together with him. Like, I really fuck with Brum. Brum Nitty's a beast.
So do I.
But it's the sense of he's a star, but that's because he battle raps. It's not because of anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a top tier battle rapper, but he's a top tier battle rapper, and I feel like his stock should be a lot higher than what it is. But outside of that,
oh yeah,
like
okay, yeah. A lot of them just show up and rap, and then the thing is, he don't never be clearly winning. you can't show up. It's like you do all this and then that's it. Like your opponent low key still wins. Like
I feel that.
But there's no personality. He just be rapping, man.
So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but the thing is, Brum Nitty has certain attributes, which you break down, like the punchlines, the aggressiveness. You even believe that he might do some of the things he raps about. Yeah. Like, and that has a level of beat. Because JC's supposed to be the best battle rapper alive, but he's JC.
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine if JC Ghost wrote for like Suge. Suge would be the best battle rapper ever.
No, that's facts.
Suge would be like, cause Suge is tall, he's big, he bark on you. You believe he does the things that he raps about. So if he had an elite pen, like the elite pen, oh my god.
Yeah. You know what? So back to this QP writing for these women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an issue for me if it's true, because Vixen against DNA, she had this bar where she says, "I'll slap the bitch out of you and introduce her to a better man." Fire, right? Super fire.
I know where you're going.
If QP wrote that,
well, this is how I refute that, right? Now, somebody that's a legit songwriter knows how to emote for men and women. We know this to be true. It's just when it comes to rap, you're not supposed to write those books for women.
Listen.
Listen.
No. It's not even the fact that QP wrote it. Like, QP wrote it for a woman. If QP wrote it, cool. But it's not Vixen's bar.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's
you were
the
saying,
issue.
Oh, I thought you was joking on the fact that a man.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that was
because a great wordsmith can write from other people's perspectives.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. Fair
I'm talking
enough,
about from Vixen's perspective. It's like, if she didn't write that, because that part, I was in the room like, oh shit, that's hard. Like, it diminishes it for me.
Well, no, that's fair, and that's why it's fucked up, because I know he's probably written for men as well too. So why you do these to these women on their way up? Nobody has like that. Well, I wouldn't say nobody has it. I just didn't really want to hear him ramble more and more about it. It's like, you already did the damage. You know what I'm saying? And now that stain is on them, regardless. Like, that's an angle, and anybody that watches battle rap knows angles can beat you. Sometimes you can just be up there rapping, but if somebody got an angle on you, it's a rap.
Yeah, that's it. That's crazy. See, no, I'm saying, because listen,
but I think that this ties into mainstream hip hop, because I think that ghostwriting is becoming more and more and more acceptable.
Yes. Now, I think that with mainstream rap is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take a Drake, for example.
Okay.
We've heard allegations of Drake having ghostwriters.
Yeah.
Now, this is me personally, everybody. Drake raps. Drake is a good rapper, but Drake is not a rapper to me. Drake is a pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Drake makes amazing music. He has countless hits. He's a musician. He's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Drake is a artist. I wouldn't even really say just hip hop artist, an artist, because he makes different genres of music. If somebody comes in and writes or helps Drake write a rap verse, because people are coming in and helping him write R&B songs, reggae songs, all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not that deep for me for Drake, because Drake is not a rapper.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about most pop rappers. Mm-hmm. Now, if this is an MC if this person is coming out and saying, I'm the best rapper alive, I'm better than you, that person needs to be writing their own raps.
Drake says that.
I'm sorry?
Drake says that.
Well, it's trash. But again, I don't consider him a rapper though.
Mm-hmm.
Drake, to me, Drake isn't a rapper. Just because he really doesn't have like an all rap album.
Mm-hmm.
He's an artist. He's a pop artist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not taking anything from Drake or his artistry. He's just not a rapper. So I don't. I take that with a grain of salt that people write his raps. It doesn't matter to me.
You consider Cardi a rapper?
Cardi?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean,
let's hear it. Because it's gonna step on your point.
but I'm not looking to Cardi to be the bar heavy rapper. Like, I guess I can't. The way I'm thinking it in my mind is not coming out how I'm saying it.
Because all these people fall into the rap category, whether we want to admit it or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think that when you can identify somebody as being a star, you can give them a rap verse. You can give it to them. Here's a song. Rap it. You're a star. That's just how it goes now.
But like,
whenever you look at like songwriting credits, it might be 50, 11 niggas' name on there before you even see their name.
That's true. No, that's true.
And how intricate is a fucking song in the first place
It's not.
where it got that many writers on it? You ever seen a Kanye rap? Like,
It's not that intricate.
It's not.
It's not that intricate.
But I mean, from all the samples,
Yeah.
samples got a lot of that on there. But it's just when they curate songs and they just give them, like Moneybagg Yo. Moneybagg Yo is not a lyrical rapper by anybody's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
He is a street rapper. You enjoy him for being a street rapper.
Right.
But he said Pharrell hit him up and gave him a song. All he had to do was put his verses on it. Like, Pharrell pretty much produced a track. So that's almost on the fine line. Pharrell didn't give him a verse to rap, but he said, I got the chorus, I got the bridge, I got the idea for the song, but I made it for you.
Mm-hmm. But I would feel that same way about Cardi though. Because I don't look at Cardi to be that lyrical rapper. Do I enjoy Cardi's music? 100%. But I'm not looking at her for...
But if they wrote it, they wrote it. I'm talking about, well, Moneybagg wrote his shit. But people that are considered just these big, big stars and they have these big, grandiose situations where they're just out here and they're the faces of the hip-hop genre and they don't write their music.
I mean, and that's more, again, it's more prevalent today. So I guess today the culture would have to accept it more because it seems as if everybody's doing it.
Well,
or majority of people do
I would say this culture does accept it because these corporations, these record companies have been looking for ways to manufacture stars for years, right? Yeah. We go back to Vanilla Ice. That's one of the biggest ones, right?
Yeah.
Industry fucking plant. But yet, I'm not sure if he wrote the song, but you can tell when the industry is trying to push their guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, rather he wrote it or not, you know what I'm saying? When the industry identifies you as being a star, they're going to push you and they're going to give you the best tools to help yourself.
But even in Vanilla Ice's case, when Vanilla Ice was out, at least from like documentaries that I've seen, bits and pieces, the actual rappers in the industry were calling him whack. Like, they didn't accept him. I mean, of course, the mainstream did, but even today, the main, like the rappers are accepting of the people ghostwriting for them. And
that's the point. It's different when it was 1990. It's different then. You're talking about 2021.
And I guess that's just the evolution of hip hop because again, this is 30 years later. Like it's different. Like it's different now.
It's completely different now. And the more we stray further from God's grace, we're gonna get these people that are identified as stars. Rather they come from being a producer, like being a Travis Scott that just makes their own type of music that's not necessarily declared as being rap.
Yeah.
Or you have a Kanye that just evolves into something completely like we've never seen before.
Yeah, 100%.
Cardi B just being select, like she could rap, but she's a star. So we're
She was a star before the music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But so now we're gonna give her the best tools to, be out here.
Yeah.
So all these people have writers. Like Sci wrote for Travis. He wrote for Kanye. Like, I don't know Cardi's writers, but Cardi got writers too.
Yeah.
And these are 3 of the biggest stars in rap.
So let me ask you, do you think it'll ever get back to the point in the late 80s, early 90s or in the 90s where you have to write your own raps or you get clowned for not doing it?
When they let Drake slide with it, nope. It can never go back. It's too profitable. If they feel Johnny can rap and your pen may not be what they want you, they gonna give you.
They gonna call Quentin Miller?
They go call. They go call them. They gonna make the call.
That's funny.
No, don't worry about that, my guy. Don't write.
Don't write nothing. Don't write nothing.
Like you can throw a word in there. You can have creative control in that. But you're not writing this by yourself.
That's funny. But damn.
Because there's no way on human, like, there's no way like some of these people can make those songs that they make without a level of help. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just from a creative standpoint, like, a hum here or, like something like that, I get that. But if somebody's writing in verses, that's a little bit level different. And I'm not saying nobody's writing their, like, here's a verse, Travis Scott, so you can hum here, like, do that. Like, I'm not saying that, but nobody's doing. I'm thinking that. And that's just me being from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
It's not like Kanye's rapping like Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of these people are rapping out of what you rapping more than what you think they would in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's tripping. It's like, yeah, they got ghostwriters, but they ain't rapping that amazing. Like, Drake raps amazing, but he ain't rapping like. I mean, he's rapping, but it ain't King Los. Like, it ain't that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if he came out rapping like some shit like that, I'm like, all right, bro.
Like, we're not doing that.
Like,
We're not doing
on,
that,
bro.
That's hella funny. But a King Los, I feel like, would be able to rap to how Drake has already presented himself in the mainstream.
You know King Los is a ghostwriter.
Oh.
You know he is.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
That's funny. Shout out to King Los. But yeah.
But yeah, it's just those guys, and like I've even brought up Post Malone. Like you know, Post Malone unfortunately represents hip hop.
Fam.
Unfortunately.
Major, unfortunately, all caps.
Yeah, but whatever he does, and I mean, I hope ain't nobody writing this. Like, I'm just saying. But he's a star. That's crazy. He's a star.
Yeah. I got nothing, bro.
It's just one of those things where I think the guard is changing because you can identify stars in any genre, and rap being the biggest, genre in the world, if, these people want to, manufacture a star, it's very, very possible.
Yeah. Yep. And it's much easier now with social media and SoundCloud, stuff like that. Like, you find somebody on Instagram and that's what happened to Chris Cross. That's how Chris Cross became a thing. Jermaine Dupri found him in the mall shopping, and he was like, "Damn, y'all got swag." Like,
and nobody questioned because they was kids though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They was kids. But when you see a star, you see a star.
Yep.
But when somebody claims, like you said, when somebody talks that shit about being, the best or whatever, you're like, all right, I hope you wrote that.
right? Exactly.
But
exactly.
but it's just different now.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
But yeah,
That's
people,
dope discussion.
people, let us know what y'all think about that ghostwriting topic, because
Do y'all care?
honestly, I don't know. I don't think people care no more.
I do. I would expect Cardi to not write all her raps. I would expect it. I know Drake doesn't write all his raps. Like Benny the Butcher, if something comes out and somebody say they wrote his raps, then I'm gonna have an issue.
if Benny comes out here with like a crazy, like super hit, I'm like, yeah, somebody wrote it. Somebody helped him. Like, I ain't gonna say somebody wrote his verses, but somebody definitely helped him.
Apparently, he got a Drake collab coming at some point. So,
ooh, that's a sidebar within itself. Do you think the Drake stimulus package pause? It sounds very nasty when you say it. But do you think this Drake stimulus really would help a Benny the Butcher?
yes, I feel like it'll help his mainstream. I don't want to say credibility, but it'll open more people's eyes to him. It'll put more eyes on Benny.
Yeah.
Like Benny, I feel like him, Griselda, they have their own following right now, but I still feel like there's a bunch of people that don't know about Benny. So if Benny got a Drake collab or Benny hops on a Drake song, you know Drake shit gonna be everywhere on radio, everywhere.
Yeah.
All eyes on Benny now.
Yeah, I don't know. Some Drake features kind of fall by the wayside. It probably would be better if he was on a Drake album rather than Drake being
just
on
a
his.
song. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Cause like I mean, Drake is on this one song that's on Young Thug's, the Young Thug Slime Language collaboration project that came out, and nobody's like talking about that. And people love Drake right now. Yeah. I mean, people are waiting for a Drake, Drake album. So when a Drake verse comes out, captions and everything galore, nothing.
Nothing. It must be a deep cut. It wasn't a single or nothing.
I mean, it's a Drake feature. It's just anything's a Drake feature. It's just out there, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's why I was just like, yeah, it depends. But Drake can, he can pack it in too. Like it's just here's a verse.
Yeah. Huh. Listen, man, I don't know. Shout out to Benny. Shout out to Drake. Come out with us. So, with that being said, we're going to get into the song of the week. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you. We love you. Make sure you hit the subscription button, hit the bell so you can get notifications, and we'll holler at y'all next week.